Shin Matsunaga's Custom Zaku 2. Hey, what's up again everybody? It's Robert184, 2Rs2B's gundam.tk, and going back to the early 80s, Zakus were all the rage, and what better thing to do than actually slap on some different colors and sell the same kit again and again and again with a little bit of backstory, and that has led to something I can't believe it's taken this long, the high-grade Universal Century Shin Matsunaga Custom Zaku 2. March 2013 release. Awesome cover art here, which is going to be on the side, and even better when you look at it carefully on the front. The price you can make out down there, 1,600 yen, the name in English and Japanese. Shin Matsunaga Senyo Zaku there. And this is from the Mobile Suit Variation back in the 1-year war days, number 154 in the high-grade Universal Century line. And why is that cover art so awesome? Because of the Dozzle Zabi Custom Zaku 2 there in the background. That would be a fun kit to get or modify yourself. And you can get this kit and so many more from HobbyLink Japan, great for Gunpla and other things, and check out the unboxes of all these kits right here. With MSVs, there's no point in going back and talking about the anime. Instead, you've got to go back to the Bible itself and what we're all here for. The Gundam plastic models, starting with July 1980 and the 1/144th Gundam there, with the good guys and the bad guys, and we see 1/144th and 1/100th before all of a sudden there's going to be some mobile suits that people were sort of cluing in there. 1982, in the summer and fall, people were saying, well, these never appeared in the anime, and yet they're getting releases. And after you get to check out the vehicles here and the larger size kits, well, Bandai said, well, even though the show's off the air, we've still got the ability to sell these same models here, and that's where we got things like the real type colors, the insides there with new plastic molds, the smaller diorama kits, and then it's time to get into the Mobile Suit Variations, which basically took the old school kits and made them all the more cool just in terms of military practicality there, if you can get past the rainbow color schemes. But in terms of timing, even though he never had a 1/144th, Shin Matsunaga beat Johnny Ridden here in both scales, as you can see. 1983 October for 1,000 yen at the time. Instead of getting a familiar pink or green Zaku, it was time for fans to get their hands on a white and gray one there, with the white Wolf of Solomon, all sorts of details, and some very, very classic color art there. This is the MS-06R, which is going to be, again, playing into the story down there. As you can see, we've also got the same mobile suit down here, with the black tri-stars before they got handed domes, and why would they? Well, it's because they were aces here in their custom Zaku 2s. Where you can see the popularity of things like the full armor type, because we're getting these kits in 1/60th along with 1983 Decembers. Johnny Ridden, this guy's a monster in terms of getting a lot of kits across a lot of scales and grades. And with MSV's biding time between the 1-year war and Zeta Gundam to come out, you could also see that the popularity continued with the master grade down here. 1996 we get to see Shin Matsunaga. Here it is going to be 06R1 Zaku 2. And then if you flip forward, if they're going to make 2.0s of the green ones and the pink ones, why not do it for the black, red, and white as well? Johnny Ridden got his in September 2008, before Shin followed up just a few months later in November. And with the character profile being well done and the cool mecha stylings, that was enough to keep it alive in so many fans' minds. And you can see that they've all had appearances in various games over time, and now they're going to be getting even more play here in the MSVR series, and just the regular MSVs and other things like Gundam Evolves, especially here for Shin Matsunaga. So to the model itself, which has always been the focus here for the MSVs, action poses are possible here with an action base down there. I should have mentioned that he's never had a high-grade Universal Century release. The mono eye is going to be able to move there. The grip is going to be able to move on the bazooka, hopefully getting it over the shoulders properly. And some great shoulder movement there to go along with good movement for the knees and for the ankles. Your very, very standard Zaku weapons here in terms of the bazooka and the Zaku machine gun. But it's cool that they are going to have a shield mount there. Various manipulators, and look at that, marking seals. So you're going to be getting all the regular stuff. But if you want to put on the White Wolf there of Solomon, you can go ahead and do that. And in terms of story, great relationship here between Shin and the Black Tri-Stars. You can go and act that out on your shelf. And the other side, front and back shots here, painted by a pro. The previous one you just saw was unpainted. But if you want to go back in time, imagine it's 1983 and all you've got is some cool information on the side of the box here, detailing his relationship with Dozzle Zabi, the Black Tri-Stars, Johnny Ridden, etc. And the most important thing being is that we've got cool box art and people want to learn how to paint to make it just like that, yes, Bandai's been doing very well, 30 years because of it. Inside the box we go, where you're going to be getting the manual here, MSV prominently written on there, and the plastic. What is this? Sid and Ryan, thank you guys very much. Check this out. Pat Labor. What's cooler than a mech with police sirens on his shoulders? Well, perhaps a Zaku shield. So thank you guys very much, and back to business now, where you get to see the marking seals there, black piping, lots of white here, very fitting for the White Wolf, multicolored A-plate there with some nice tan it looks like, or light gray, to go along with the dark parts there for the weapons and the regular seals, and in the bottom here, you're going to be getting Hobby Japan, March, get your own Banshee head to go along with the manual. The A-plate is dull color-wise here, and it's going to say MS06R Zaku 2 there, but it's not going to be dull for the Bandai designers here, who have to be able to figure out how to get these high mobility types out there for all of the different characters, from Johnny Ridden to the Black Tri-Stars, and hopefully, perhaps even more like Dazzle. You can see that this is going to be the gray there for the inner frame, and they've got all sorts of detachable and missing parts. But it's going to be the B-plate here where the fun kicks in here, 06R Zaku 2 written on there, and you can see that they put in the gray here. It's a very nice light gray, a tiny tinge of brown perhaps to it. White though for the vast majority here, and you can see that they'd be able to swap out the colors for the tops of the boots down there to go along with the bottom, and here they've just put in 2 colors, but that easily could be black, white, purple, red, yellow, etc. C1 written on here, 06R Zaku 2 again, and you can see that even though it's going to have C1 over here, this isn't a part of a C combi plate, and you can see all, again, the detachable parts and some great looking details down there for the leg thrusters and the various helmets up there so that you can swap off your antennas. Same label here for the D plate, as this is going to be giving you some nice dark black piping. The E plate is going to be providing you with the weapons and the thrusters that you can attach all over the place, which is highly fitting for these high mobility mobile suits here. And you can see that the Heat Hawk, always going to be disappointing that that's just going to be done up there in gray to go along with the very familiar Zaku machine gun with some extra parts and the bazooka. But this is what this kit is all about here, as you actually get up there Shin Matsunaga Custom written there on the F plate. Of course, they can do different variations for that, but that's going to be giving you the white skirts there. You're not going to be using the ones that are on the regular plate. And look at the details there built into the thrusters around the legs. It's going to be very interesting to see what kind of lining people can do with that between ink and just regular Gundam markers. And you're also going to be getting the shoulders there with some cool looking jagged teeth marks there, the elbows, and some claw-looking manipulator covers. And if you're a little bit tired of an all-white mobile suit, well, they fix that with the Master Grade with some nice marking seals, and it's going to be the same thing down here. You can throw this onto the left shoulder there, which is going to look very iconic, and you can see that it's actually going to have a pop-out hole there, so you can put on the White Wolf or no White Wolf, WW and various side and front shots there, as you've got some cool looking triangles that you can put on the hinges, and 573 written all over the place, and yes, you don't want to be a gym at the time. And the regular decals are also custom there, Shin Matsunaga, as you've got a red part there for the backpack, the always famous mono eye, some yellow little details there, a couple of them, with some gray and black to apply. Classic looking cover, and it's the kind of thing where I've never gotten tired since Bandai started adding prominently the series that it actually came from there, MSV Mobile Suit Variation, 17.5 meters there for the head height. On the inside, you can see some nice details there. If you wanted to go add red inside the thrusters, I think this kit would look great. But nonetheless, with just the numbers and the white wolves all over the place, or the blue ones over there if you want to put them on the left shoulder, add some purple and yellow to make your Heat Hawk great. Put them on the shoulder, it'll be even better, and you've got the stabilizer type there for the commander's antenna. And yes, more information about the MSVs and the team that they can all fly around fast. Inside we go now, where you can see that there's only one X there on the C plate, so not a lot of wasted plastic here. Custom to Shin, and then you're going to be putting on all sorts of seals there, though, on that big backpack. Bending all the piping into place as you put together the upper body. It's going to show you how you actually put that seal around before plugging in the actual spike onto the shoulder, so hopefully that's going to work out well and bode well for the Johnny Ridden one with the red and yellow in the future. Put together the legs with, again, more piping and those great looking side parts there. Really can't wait to see those in action. And then he's going to go all together. Before you build up the by now famous, I'm sure, for people building up 1 Year War high-grade Universal Century Zaku weapons there, and you can attach all the weapons onto the side or onto the weapons rack there, which is going to look good and draw even more attention to his shoulders. And on the back, painted up like a pro there, bazooka out and looking good. Look at that mobility there for the shoulders, just fantastic for a high grade, or so it would seem so far. And all the details there are going to be showing you exactly where to put on all the decals and seals all over the place. And there's the colors there, Heat Hawk, that would be unfortunate, and that main white, 95% for this wolf. Lots of fun with this unbox here, and it really takes me back, because after I was building Master Grade 1/100 the good guys, I'd built a couple of them before going HGUC bad guys, specifically Shin, starting with the Zaku 2 down there. So it's been a long time since I put together one of these, so I can't wait to check it all out there. But the plastic looks great. The fact you've got a custom Shin Matsunaga plate is great. The piping and the gray and the white, it all looks good together there. As you can see that even between the darker gray and the light gray, there's going to be some color variations. And you can add even more if you want to go ahead and put on all the seals, which I think is going to make them look fantastic. And just the idea at the end of having Shin and Johnny Ridden and Yuma Lightning and whoever else they're going to be making in HGUC, it makes them eminently collectible and eminently displayable. And it's the kind of thing, again, I just can't believe it took Bandai this long. Anyway, everybody, stick around to see it all put together. I can't wait. See you next time. Thanks for watching. How many times did I have to tell them that I wanted my Zeta Gundam painted in white? You know what? Forget about it. I'm not even taking out this mobile suit. I'm going out in you, cop car.